Unless he's got some prior intelligence, I think they have a possibility of getting this tossed out on a motion to suppress. How many times has he gone back and forth on that side of the vehicle? Remember where the dog supposedly alerted? Wasn't at the trunk. Remember where the dog supposedly alerted? Wasn't at the trunk.
Stops all day long, okay? The nervousness,
just because I get nervous when I get pulled over by a cop. But keep in mind, so you have your home and you have your vehicle. There's an automobile exception to the warrant requirement. In other words, you have a less of an expectation of privacy in your vehicle than you do in your home. But you still need some kind of reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime was committed and they committed it. And so right now, there's nothing.
In addition to traffic control, another thing that I do out here is criminal interdiction.
Criminal interdiction. How did we go from, I just want to look at the VIN to make sure that, it matches the paperwork, to criminal interdiction? Gee, big fucking surprise. So what information, just come along with me here for a second. What information does this officer have at this point to suggest there's any illegal activity whatsoever? None. And this was supposed to be a warning. Now he's going into criminal interdiction. Unless he's got, something from, the DEA or some other investigative sources saying that this is going to be a load coming across his way, I could get this suppressed. All of a sudden, if the insurance is no good, so you can get stopped for this. Now she's following too close, and he gets a warning, but he's probably okay asking for insurance, licensed insurance, make sure they're legal. And if all of a sudden you don't have insurance, guess what? The vehicle gets towed. And when the vehicle gets towed, they can search the vehicle in what they call an inventory search. And if they find the dope, then you're sort of fucked.
Is it her family that's out there, or? Oh, okay.
Fuck you, I don't answer questions.
So like I said, it's just a warning, no ticket, okay? I'm gonna have you get in the front passenger seat, okay?
Okay. Tell me that there's no way he's having her go to the front seat of his car because he wants to give her a warning.
Gotcha.
By the way, you got anything in that car, like 165,000 pills, along with that 3-year-old in his diaper or anything like that? I mean, what the fuck? They don't call you back into their car for a warning.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your very own personal board-certified criminal defense lawyer, coming to you with our content genius, otherwise known as Michael Rivers, who's behind the camera, in front of the camera, behind the microphone, in front of everything. He's on top of everything. He is the merch king as well. Michael, where would we get that merch?
You go to CRBruceRivers.com.
And what do you get? What do we have? Do we have anything left?
Oh, just an assortment of channel-related goodies that you can get for Christmas upcoming this year.
So if you if you want like hoodies and stop self-snitching merchandise, you want to sell the message, send it out there. You got it.
Spread the message, yeah.
Spread the message, spread the word, stop self-snitching. Also, today we're reacting to transporting 165,000 fentanyl pills while you have a 3-year-old in the back of the car. This is the crime piece. I guess these channels are just popping up everywhere. But before we get to that, our loyal sponsor, eforms.com, is our loyal sponsor. So if you need a form for any kind of legal thing, they've been behind us from the beginning. So you got to give them a little love. So eforms.com, if you need a form for any kind of legal thing, you need an agreement, between you and your grandma because she sold you her crotch rocket and, you want to make sure there's no title issues with it. Well, you're going to have to hold your grandma to account, right? So you make her sign a bill of sale. So you have a record of it. And if you wind up having to sue grandma because she's not giving you the title, well, you got a bill of sale. There's a reason for everything, right? So if you need a power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, any kind of legal form, you go to eforms.com. They got a database of them. It's so much better to do that than hire a lawyer that's expensive, like me, and because I would just go to eforms.com anyway. So eforms.com, effective way to protect you in and out of court, and also to avoid the high cost of a lawyer. Okay. So one of the things, whether you're a cartel or you're in the business of dealing drugs or whatever, you got to get your drugs from one place to another, right? You got to make it up from Mexico because you can't get any meth anymore from Mexico or from here because we've ratcheted down on the Sudafed, which is what everybody was using to make methamphetamine. So, or if it's fentanyl, most of it's coming from either China or Mexico. You got to get it here, right? So you got to transport it with your 3-year-old in the back of the fucking car. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The thing about it is being in the drug business, I always tell people, and it's usually younger guys, and it's usually guess who gets busted. It isn't the top dogs that get busted. Hardly ever. It's you get somebody like this on the street. Somebody on the street who's getting busted with 165,000 pills. That's a lot of pills.
And wait, before we get into it, can you talk about how the feds count these pills, like how they charge them out?
So what the feds do is you're charged by quantity. So just because you have one pill does not equal 1 gram. They weigh it all. I mean, I have one that's like 3,000 some odd pills, and I think it wound up to be like a little under 400 grams. So, and then they test the purity. And so the purity is they go by actual methamphetamine or actual fentanyl. So, but if you're on the road and you get pulled over, it doesn't take much for the cops to search your car. So let's just see what happens here. This is a cold reaction. I haven't seen it. This is with the crime piece.
How you doing? Deputy Officer, Campbell County Sheriff's Office. Reason for the stop, there's going to be 2 things, okay? First, when you passed me, I clocked you about 1.1 seconds.
Following too close. Valid reason for a stop.
Okay? It's just a safety thing. And then when you went around the semi-truck, you merged right back in front of it, there's like less than a car length, okay? So if something happened, you got to hit your brakes, that semi's going to go right in the back.
So one of the things when you're transporting your drugs, if you are transporting your drugs, you can't violate the law. So you give a cop a reason to stop you, you're going to give a cop a reason to search your car. Unless they already know about you, then what's going to, and I'm not trying to really tell you how to deal drugs because I think the smarter course is to not. I mean, fentanyl right now is just such a scourge on our society, and it is killing people left and right. It is so dangerous.
This is unsafe, all right? No ticket, just a warning. Get your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
We'll reach.
Yeah.
So, if there's no ticket, there's no warning, there's a case called Rodriguez, U.S. versus Rodriguez. It was an opinion written by...
RGB?
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
It was an opinion written by Ruth Bader Ginsburg, long before she died. But it says once they're done with the purpose of the stop, they're done. So he says, no ticket, no nothing, just a warning. Then why do you need my ID?
If you have any identification on you, sir?
What does he need the passenger's ID for? This is just a fishing expedition at this point.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, here's probably the flip side of this, is that this is probably a pretextual stop. In other words, they kind of already knew. We have a corridor in Minnesota. It's the I-35-90 corridor. It's where Interstate 95, or Interstate 35W or 35 and I-90 intersect. And it's where people come in from South Dakota, people come in from Iowa, people come in from Wisconsin. and then they come into the Twin Cities area. That area is so heavily patrolled, and if you have an out-of-state plate, and if you're Mexican, you're going to get stopped. If you have an out-of-state plate, you're coming from Colorado, you're going to get stopped.
Side note, is that where when I would go down like in Marshall, Minnesota? Is that around there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Or, for example, if you're in Nebraska, you're buzzing across the state of Nebraska with a rented car. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get stopped and searched.
If you want to pull that up, ma'am, I'm going to have you step back here with me. We're going to go over the warning, and then we'll get you on your way, okay? Is there any weapons on you or in the vehicle? No, sir. No? Okay.
Why do you need to pull somebody out of a vehicle for a warning? You don't. I can't tell you how many times I've been pulled over. Now, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Where the cops don't give me any kind of warning. They just say, all right, I see you haven't had any tickets for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. Just be cool. And they never asked me to get out of the car. Twice in the last month or so. For speeding.
All right, I'm going to have you get in the front passenger seat, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me that there's no way he's having her go to the fucking front seat of his car because he wants to give her a warning.
How's your day going?
I'm good. Just got off of work, but I'm still here.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I am,
See, he's got her kind of relaxed. Nothing's going to happen here. Oh,
I work for,
Okay.
I'm a supervisor there.
Nice.
I'm the money person.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
by the way, you got anything in that car like 165,000 pills along with that 3-year-old? Is it in his diaper or anything like that? I mean, what the fuck? They don't call you back into their car for a warning.
Where are you guys coming out of?
None of your goddamn business. Is this am I getting warned here, or what do you give a flying fuck where I came from? I don't answer questions of officers.
We're going to New Mexico to visit our family.
Oh, okay. What part of New Mexico?
None of your goddamn business. I don't answer questions.
Okay.
It's my husband's.
Oh, okay. Is that your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to go take my daughter. She's 3 years old, so they haven't met her, so
Oh, okay.
we're trying to take her.
Taking my daughter, who's 3 years old, into the clinic because she needs treatment because she's addicted to fentanyl. It's my daughter's. It's not mine. I mean, she just put it in the car.
To take a meter.
Gotcha. How long will you be out there for?
Just have to go back Monday.
Okay. Yeah, it's just for the day.
Payroll, but we have
Right.
to submit payroll, so yeah.
Gotcha. And is it your vehicle or whose vehicle is it?
It's actually my husband's vehicle.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he knows where they say they're coming from. He knows where they're going. He knows what she does for work. He's got whose vehicle is it? So now he's got vehicle ownership. I mean, he's got getting a lot of information out that she doesn't have to give.
Oh, I didn't see you have a person in the back.
Yeah, I got a dog back there. Yeah.
Oh, I have a dog too. You mind if I just have him sniff around your fucking car?
I was gonna bring that up earlier. Actually, that case, that Rodriguez versus United States, the key issue, whether police officers may extend the length of a traffic stop to conduct a search warrant with a trained detection dog.
But
under Rodriguez.
once, and the issue in Rodriguez, it's whether or not they can expand the reason for the stop without anything more. Once the reason for the stop is concluded, they're done. They got to let you go.
So like I said, it's just a warning, no ticket, okay? Okay, so he has insurance, so I do need to go take a look at that. It's okay with you if I go up there and talk to him?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I know he has it in his phone, but we haven't, because we got it and then to save paperless,
Right.
just save it on
Uh-oh.
the phone.
All of a sudden, if the insurance is no good, so you can get stopped for this. Now she's following too close, and he gets a warning, but he's probably okay asking for insurance, licensed insurance, make sure they're legal. And if all of a sudden you don't have insurance, guess what? The vehicle gets towed. And when the vehicle gets towed, they can search the vehicle in what they call an inventory search. And if they find the dope, then you're sort of fucked.
No, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna go there and talk to him. I'm also gonna check the VIN number just to make sure it matches the paperwork.
Yeah,
Okay. You can hang out here. Hey, were you able to get the insurance pulled up?
Yeah.
Where are you guys headed to? Oh, okay, nice. What's going on out there?
See, he got her version. Now he's going to get his version. So he is fishing. And so if they don't jive.
Okay, nice. What's going on out there?
Just family.
Oh, okay. How long are you gonna be out there for?
Probably till Monday.
Oh, okay. Is it her family that's out there, or?
My family.
Oh, okay.
Both of us are married.
Fuck you, I don't answer questions.
I got you.
Oh my God.
431 US.
This is a total pretextual stop. They know that they're holding 165,000 pills. And they were tipped off by an informant. I guarantee it.
Okay. Are you guys gonna be staying in a hotel when you're out there, or?
What difference does it make? I'll tell you what differences make. He knows.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. I got you. So when you say family, are you talking like brothers and sisters, or what kind of family you got out there?
None of your damn business. I don't answer questions.
Aunts and uncles.
Okay.
So one of the things that, the reason he's doing this is because if there's a discrepancy between what she's saying and what he's saying, then all of a sudden he can use that to expand his search. That's the reason for the stop. He seemed nervous. He had furtive movements. His story didn't match hers.
Come on.
What time do you guys take off?
Like at 3 in the morning.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, we're in Phoenix, so we want to
Oh, okay.
rest. So.
I got you.
I just had it up too.
Well, if it takes a second, it takes a second. No worries.
Slowly.
What do you do for work?
I work for a steel distributor.
Sorry?
A steel distributor?
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I do. I cut orders to specs for construction.
It's nice. Okay, cool.
So she has a good job and he has a good job. Why do they have 165,000 pills? That's not a little bit. That's a lot. A bit.
Cool. How long you been doing that?
Like 5 years.
Okay, nice. And it's your car?
It's both of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's my car. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Gotcha. No, you're good, dude.
I tried to get her on the loan, but you don't have the credit, so.
Okay. I got you.
Oh, there it is. Cards. There you go. It might die on you, so its phone is fucked up. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then I do want to check the VIN number on the driver door. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hear it. So why don't you guys fly out there, man? It's a long drive.
What happens when they check the VIN number?
What do you mean?
He gets to open the door, and if there's any odors or anything,
Well, he would if there were any, he would have noticed if there's any odor, straight away because the window's open.
Yeah, but it does allow him entrance into the car. It's just
So is there a reason for him to check the VIN? There's no reason for him to check the VIN.
Okay. I'll hear it. So why don't you guys fly out there, man? It's a long drive. Sorry?
Just quick little trip. Get away.
If you're sitting there, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. Monday, just take a day off.
Okay. All right, man. All right. And you say your last name Alma? Or I'm sorry, is your first name Alma?
Yes.
Okay. So Alma, in addition to traffic control, another thing that I do out here is criminal interdiction.
Criminal interdiction. How did we go from I just want to look at the VIN to make sure that it matches the paperwork to criminal interdiction? Gee, big fucking surprise.
Can you explain what that means?
Criminal interdiction is when you're basically patrolling a high trafficked drug route. So it's a common route, and I guarantee you, he knew this shipment was coming.
It's a stoppage of illegal crimes going down the roadways, okay? It's what I do for a living. I have some additional questions for you. Don't take them personal, okay?
So what information, just come along with me here for a second. What information does this officer have at this point to suggest there's any illegal activity whatsoever? None. And this was supposed to be a warning. Now he's going into criminal interdiction. Unless he's got, something from, the DEA or some other investigative sources saying that this is going to be a load coming across his way, I could get this suppressed.
Is there anything illegal in the vehicle?
No.
And when I say illegal, I mean like large sums of cash, excess of $10,000.
No.
Anything from manufacturer, fake IDs, credit cards, anything like that. Anything as far as like weapons, pistols, rifles.
He's got unless he's got some other investigative materials, he's got absolutely no right to ask those questions. Rodriguez versus U.S.
Grenades, bazookas, anything like that.
I only have my paycheck. It's $1,000.
I'm not worried about that. Anything as far as illegal drugs in the vehicle?
No.
When I say illegal drugs, I mean like cocaine.
No, I have my daughter in there. No,
Okay.
no.
Methamphetamine, heroin, fentanyl, any marijuana in the vehicle?
No.
And keep in mind, in marijuana, you can have up to an ounce of marijuana legally. Do you have any marijuana at all in the vehicle?
No.
Okay.
No.
Having said that,
Like my work is like.
I got you.
I'll get fired for that.
Okay, I got you. So, you said there's nothing illegal in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Would you give me your voluntary consent to search the vehicle?
Well, you have to talk to my husband.
Okay, I'll talk to him as well.
Yeah.
But you're driving it, so I'm going to ask both of you. So, I'm asking you first.
Well, he's my husband, so.
Right. So, I'm going to ask him.
I'd say no. No, I don't want you to search. And I wouldn't have answered any of his questions.
Okay, I'm asking all the same questions I just asked him.
What is required for him to search the car? The person driving, right? Regardless of ownership?
Well, no. It's whoever owns the vehicle.
Okay.
You have to have a reasonable expectation of privacy. If you're a passenger in a vehicle and you don't own the vehicle, you don't have any reasonable expectation of privacy in that vehicle. But if it's yours, and they're married, so they co-own the vehicle. So she owns it just like he does. So I think he's got to get both of their consents to search the vehicle. And if not, he's got to get a warrant. And what information does he have right now to suggest that a warrant would be issued? He doesn't have anything. But keep in mind, so you have your home and you have your vehicle. There's an automobile exception to the warrant requirement. In other words, you have less of an expectation of privacy in your vehicle than you do in your home. But you still need some kind of reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime was committed and they committed it. And so right now, there's nothing.
But because you're in the vehicle, I assume you have belongings in the vehicle, right?
Yeah, I have clothes that I'm going to take over for her family.
Right. So you have belongings and you're driving the car. So like I said, I know he's registered owner. I will talk to him as well. But I'm asking you, because I like to ask all adult occupants of the vehicle, do I have your voluntary consent to search the vehicle?
Well, if he says yes,
well, I'll ask him after.
Now he's going to put in his report. When I asked her for consent to search her vehicle, she was nervous. She started sweating. I could tell her pulse was elevated by looking at her neck. That's what they say shit like that.
Sure, but I'm asking you now. It's a yes or no question.
well, I don't know. You have to ask my husband first. That's his car, and.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to him.
Can you ask him first, and then you can come in?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't want him to say,
Well, the thing is, if you say yes and he says no, then I take that as a no. So I'm asking you first. It's a yes or no question. It's up to you.
No, you can't search my vehicle because I have the constitutional right to say no.
And then what happens?
They're going to search it anyway, but he's going to run the dog around it. And
do I have your voluntary consent to search the vehicle?
Well, I don't want my daughter to get scared.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to take that as a no. That's fine. Okay. Hey, my man. So in addition to traffic control, another thing I do is criminal interdiction, stoppage of illegal crimes going down the roadways, okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions. Don't take them personal, all right? Is there anything illegal in the vehicle?
No.
When I say illegal, I mean like large sums of cash in excess of $10,000?
No.
Anything for the man?
I wish I had $10,000.
I got you. Anything for the manufacturer? Fake IDs, credit cards, anything like that?
No, sir.
Anything as far as
So
weapon?
the fact that he's just going through a laundry list of bullshit after he's given a warning, the purpose of this stop is over with. Unless this is all pretextual and he really was going to stop the vehicle anyway because they had information that it was containing a load.
Anything as far as weapons, pistols, rifles, large amounts of ammunition, grenades, bazookas?
No, sir.
All right. Anything as far as illegal drugs in the vehicle?
No, sir.
Like cocaine,
No, sir.
methamphetamine,
No, sir.
heroin,
No, sir.
fentanyl,
No, sir.
any marijuana in the vehicle?
No, sir.
Keep in mind, you can have up to an ounce of marijuana legally in Arizona. Do you have any marijuana at all in the vehicle?
No, sir.
Does anyone use any drugs in the vehicle? Okay.
Maybe in the car.
I got you. All right. So, having said that, would you give me your voluntary consent to search the vehicle?
I do.
Okay. No worries. I'm gonna have you step out for me, okay?
My ass for what?
Huh?
My ass for what?
Yeah, because I'm gonna run my dog on your vehicle.
You gonna run your dog?
Yeah. I have a police canine. It alerts to the 5 odors that I listed. So I'm gonna be walking around the vehicle. If he alerts, we'll go from there. And if he doesn't alert, we'll go from there.
That's
So unless he's got some other information, I would suggest that this stop and expanded search is violative of Rodriguez.
I was just going to say, in a 6-3 opinion, the court held that officers may not extend the length of a traffic stop to conduct a dog sniff unrelated to the original purpose of the stop. However, the court remanded the case to the United States Court of Appeals, the 8th Circuit, to determine whether the officer's extension of the traffic stop was independently justified by reasonable suspicion. Some analysts have suggested that the court's decision to limit police authority was influenced by ongoing protests in Ferguson, Missouri. So, I mean, is that related to the...
It's not. It's not related to the stop.
So-
It's just following too close. It's not related to trafficking drugs.
Is there something you want to tell me, bro?
no. I
Because
just
you're
don't
extremely
understand.
nervous, dude. This is
just-
what I do for a living, bro.
I get it. I get it. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just driving with my wife down the road.
Okay, I get it. But the thing is,
I just don't feel like there's any reason for you to
okay,
run
well,
any canine.
I'm gonna be running my canine, bro. So we're past that point. My canine will be run on the vehicle. Having said that, is there something you want to tell me about in the vehicle? Nothing?
I have nothing to say.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get your daughter out.
You can look in the car. I mean,
Well, you've already declined consent, sir, so... 431, I've got a consent refusal. You can stand right there, ma'am.
stand right there, baby.
You can close my door, please.
Come on, baby.
This cop is very aggressive, and my guess is he's got some other intelligence saying that this load is coming.
And I think that's a pretty valid reason or excuse, like, to not scare the daughter. I mean,
That is.
so if you could reiterate that a little bit right before you press play.
So as I explained to him, I am going to be running my canine on the vehicle, okay? So you guys are going to hang out here. I can't run him alone. It's just a safety thing. So I have to wait for my second unit to get here, and then I'll be running my dog.
Now, they shouldn't jump in the car and take off. That would be bad.
Okay? Do you have any weapons on you? Okay, no pistols or anything like that? Okay. Awesome, appreciate it.
I could have done without that.
So, yeah, like I said, man, this is what I do for a living. Criminal interdiction is like all I do all day long. Like, I don't take calls for service. All I do is I come out here, I pull traffic stops, and I look for people involved in criminal activity, okay? And I'm not saying you guys are involved in criminal activity, but I have reasonable suspicion to believe that you are, okay?
Why? You don't see...
What's his reasonable suspicion that they are? So far, there isn't anything.
I'm not going to...
There's no reason. Like, there's no... Like, I don't get it.
Okay, well,
I just feel targeted for no reason.
there's nothing...
You're brown, and you're going across the desert, and he can't. That's why.
has to do with this is what I do for a living.
I mean, it's freedom to drive down the road. I get it, you know.
She committed traffic violations. I conducted a traffic stop.
Okay,
and
so
I'm going to be running my canine.
We're being detained for a traffic violation?
Yeah, you get detained when there's a traffic stop, correct, yeah. You're not free to go when you get pulled over for a traffic stop.
But everything came up to par. I mean,
well,
my insurance is up to date. My registration
I'm just letting you know, I'm going to be running my canine on the vehicle. Okay, if he alerts, we'll go from there. If he doesn't alert, she'll get her warning. You'll be on your way.
That's not what you said from the start. You said you were going to run. What you had to run, give us a warning, and we were on our way.
That was at the beginning. It's changed, bro.
Why?
I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to let you know that that's where we're at. In a second. Okay.
The key question here is why? Why are we expanding this search? Or the reason for the stop? Why are we expanding that? I haven't seen anything so far to make this a suspicious activity. You've got a married couple with a child in the back, and maybe I didn't quite catch whether their stories meshed or not. But that's why you don't talk to the officers.
.431.122. What's your ETA? 10-4. He's about 2 miles out, so show me a couple more minutes, okay?
Have a seat.
Huh? Yeah, you sit down, bro.
Sit down, baby.
So,
sit down.
I'm just letting you know, bro. Like I said, all I do is pull traffic stops all day long. Okay. The nervousness,
just because I get nervous when I get pulled over by a cop.
Exhibiting, it does not correlate with what's going on in the traffic stop.
It's just, I'm not used to police contact.
He just.
Okay.
I'm just like that. I don't.
Okay. I got you.
And here's the other thing. They say that about everybody. You know, they backfill things in, you know, and that's so subjective. Well, I thought he looked suspicious. I thought he looked nervous. I saw furtive movements. How are you going to defend against that?
And can I add?
Yeah.
So you have the Terry stop, right? And then everything checked out, right? Every box was checked out. His registration, his license, everything was up to date. There's no odor. There's no anything that would suggest that he had whatever he has in his car, correct?
Right.
There had, yeah. I was just double backing, but he did say, what is the reason? And he said, I'm not going to go into that.
Right. And he doesn't have to.
I got you. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you actually move back here, okay? Because I'm going to be pulling my dog out and we're going this way.
Can I just get the shoes?
Yeah, where are they at? I'll grab them for you.
They're on the floor.
Okay, is it okay if I grab your shoes for you?
Yeah.
It's okay if I grab your shoe. No, you can't go into my vehicle.
Are these the ones? How old is she?
She's
Oh, okay. Look out, sir. He's about to be pulling in right there. Justa.
So the dogs have to go through training, and they have to be sort of calibrated. They got to go through this training, you know, and be certified every so often. And one of the things that they do is they try to make the dog fail. You know, what is the tipping point? You know, what's the reliability of this particular dog? So far, I haven't seen the dog alert.
What would that look like if the dog alerted?
They can alert in a number of different ways. Usually they sit down. But it's also very subjective. You know, the officer can say, well, I saw him alert and he stopped right here at this. How many times has he gone back and forth on that side of the vehicle?
He's just barking.
So let's say he doesn't alert, which he didn't do on the first go round. And if the cop says that's now an alert, and then they don't find anything, who fucking knows about it? Nobody does, right? But he says, oh, and if they find something, well, yeah, that's it. BS.
Huh?
Yay or nay?
Huh?
Yay or nay?
Yeah. So, my canine's trained to alert to 5 odors: cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, fentanyl, and marijuana. He has indicated a positive alert to the vehicle. Having said that, is there any of that at all in the vehicle? Has anyone smoked any of that?
No. You're legally allowed to have an ounce of marijuana, or however much he said you could have in the state of Arizona. And if the dog can't differentiate between each smell, I mean, the dog didn't send him a text message and said there's fentanyl in the fucking vehicle, right? So how do you differentiate between what's legal and what's not legal? If it's legal to have some marijuana and it's a legal amount of marijuana and you can't differentiate.
In the vehicle.
No.
No one smokes any weed or any of that?
No.
So I'm going to have you hang out with the officer here. I'm going to be conducting a probable cause search of the vehicle based on the canine alert, okay? 431, beginning PC search. Can we see if DPS has a unit in the air?
Remember where the dog supposedly alerted? Wasn't at the trunk.
Copy, thank you. They say they're going for 2 days, but they don't have any clothing.
See that? They're going for 2 days, but they don't have any clothing. So that's one of the reasons that the cops try to figure out what you're doing. And the cops' questions were totally unrelated to anything that had to do with the traffic stop.
And another big reason why a lot of people don't like cops going through their shit, even if they don't have anything, is because they tear the shit apart and they don't put it back together.
That's true.
Stand up, ma'am. Actually, I'm gonna leave you uncuffed because you have the child, okay? You're under arrest, dude.
I'll take the wrapper off.
What's all that?
Whatever you tell me.
All right, real quick, man. I'm gonna read you something, okay? You are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while being questioned. You can afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you before any questioning upon your request. You can decide to exercise these rights at any time.
So did you see where the dog alerted? Wasn't anywhere near where the drugs were. And the dog had gone by several times and never alerted until the third time he takes the dog out.
And not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of the rights I just read to you? Yes, sir. Okay, welcome back here. Hang tight, ma'am, okay?
Can I get my wife my wallet?
In a second. Yeah, you're gonna go over here.
So who gets arrested here? You know, it's an issue about dominion and control. You know, who's in possession of those pills? Is the wife because she was driving? Probably. Is the husband because it's his car? Probably. Do they co-possess this together? Probably.
All right, man. So, how much are you getting paid to take it?
How much?
Yeah.
Shit. Honestly.
Well, what's shit? Like 1,000, 5,000?
Like fucking $1,000, bro.
Okay. And how much?
Okay. He's in custody. There's interrogation. It's no longer an investigatory stop. He has now been arrested for the possession and distribution of 165,000 pills of fentanyl. He should be Mirandized. So where you have interrogation, a custodial interrogation, he needs to be Mirandized.
2 seconds earlier.
And not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of the rights I just read to you?
Huh?
He was. He read him the right.
Oh yeah, he did. He did read him.
Yeah.
So he that's right. He did. Okay, just take that out then.
It's kind of funny, but yeah.
I don't even
Who's
know.
in there?
I don't even know.
Okay. I mean, I already found it, and it's a substantial quantity. You know what I mean?
I
So,
don't even know nothing.
do you know where you're supposed to be dropping it in Albuquerque?
He's not gonna fucking tell anybody. I mean, all these cases are done by snitches.
Want you to call when you get there, or what?
I don't know.
Okay. When did you pick it up?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna answer no more questions.
Okay.
You're already booking me, so.
Okay. All right, man. Ma'am, I'm going to read you something, okay? 431. Let's see. Change nature of the call to drugs. I've got two 1015 for transportation of methamphetamine. The female is going to be uncuffed due to them having a small child in the car. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning upon your request. You can decide to exercise these rights at any time and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand these are the rights I just read to you? Is that a yes? Okay, so ma'am, based on your behavior throughout the traffic stop, I know you knew about it. Okay?
I didn't know nothing.
Ma'am, this isn't my first day, okay? I told you in the car. This is
I'm not answering any questions.
what I do for a living, okay? Don't you think I was asking those questions because I had a good, reasonable suspicion that you were involved in something?
I was not involved in nothing, sir.
Okay.
I was just helping him drive.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So, you are also under arrest, just so you're aware of that. You're just not handcuffed right now because you have the small child, okay? But you don't get it twisted. You're under arrest, okay? You're under arrest for 3 felonies at this point. Actually 4 because of the child being in the car. All right? You got 3 felony drug offenses, and you also get the child endangerment because she's in the vehicle. Okay? So hang tight with him.
Unless he's got some prior intelligence, I think they have a possibility of getting this tossed out on a motion to suppress. And what that basically is you have the right against unreasonable search and seizures, and basically a warrantless search. And if he's expanding this traffic stop with nothing more than just a fishing expedition, I think they have a possibility of keeping it out. And then, so what happens is if the court says, okay, the cop violated your constitutional rights, he can't benefit from that by using the fruit of the poisonous tree. So they suppress it, then nothing gets charged and it gets thrown out.
Can I feel my phone?
No. Oh, it's fentanyl pills. 431 back. It's going to be fentanyl pills, not methamphetamine. A bunch. Hey, I just laid a massive fentanyl pill load, dude. Full box of pills. That's what I found.
You talk about how they kind of get off to that.
So, I mean, listen to the officer. I mean, he is just getting off on, I mean, we want to take this shit off the street, don't get me wrong, but not at the expense of, you know, rules, constitutional rights. You know, those are paramount.
I'm going to call out Juan. I'll call Kyle about it. But I got 2 10-15, and they did have a small kid in the car. Yeah. So we're going to need to get DCS rolling and all that good stuff here in a second. But, I mean, dude, it's going to be over 100K easy. So I wanted to give you notification. Yep. All right, for sure. Bye.
Cops' intuition is not probable cause. It just isn't. I just had a feeling that isn't it. It's got to be objective.
I thought it was meth because of the packaging, but it's all pills, bro. It's the entire box.
That's the only thing it serves.
I haven't finished searching yet. We're gonna take it back to the office.
And it's poor people. Poor people, you know, low enders that wind up getting popped. And, you know, he may not have even known what he was transporting. I mean, he probably did. But, I mean, and guess who's on the hook? And one of the things that these guys in the cartel do is, oh, introduce me to your mother. Introduce me to your sister. Let me know your family. Because if you snitch on me, we're going to kill your family. That's no fucking joke.
Yo, wake up. Just popped a big pill load, dude. I need you to transport a car. Yeah, sorry, man. But it's massive out here at milepost 300. So, all right. So what I think I'm gonna have, I'm trying to think because we got a juvenile and a female. The female is also 10-15, but they had their 3-year-old in the car. So, yeah. But I mean, we're looking at easily over 100K. It was in a trunk in a box, but the kid was in a car seat. I don't need a car seat. No, I'm just saying for transport of getting them back to the office.
Keep in mind, when I'm giving you this analysis, I come at it from a defense perspective. I'm not a prosecutor. I like to keep people out of prison. So that's how I have to look at it.
What's going to happen with the kid?
So the kid, obviously the child goes into DCS, Department of Child Services. And so the kid will be with a foster family until the mother gets out of, mother and father, or mother or father get out of jail.
He keeps saying he wants to take the route for all of it.
I don't know exactly how much at this point, but I'd say in excess of 100K pills. Yeah, I just want to let you know since I'm working the OT detail. But everyone back to the office. I called Danny out on his 1 day off in 2 weeks. So, but yeah, dude. I mean, I'm guessing it's 10K bundles, and there's probably 10 or 15 of them. in a box in the trunk. I haven't finished going through everything yet, but it's just suicide loaded in the back. $1,000. Yep. So there's some personal use fentanyl, bro. Kidding, obviously. Freaking 3-year-old in the car, dude. She was sitting right here. Pills are pushed up against the back right there. They get in an accident. You know what I mean?
That's what we have. We don't have any update. This happened in August, so they're probably still fighting those charges. And the average sentences are just skyrocketing. And what these are basically are you wind up getting murder sentences for this type of case. So we'll put some of the stats up, and they're staggering. They're just staggering. So we'll see you next time, and make sure you don't do drugs. I mean, it seems like such a simple message, but look at this guy who's going to make $1,000 and fucked up his life, fucked up his fatherhood, probably get fired from his job if he did have a job, which he probably did. And same with her, and their kid was taken away. Terrible. So we'll see you next time here at Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Go to CLR Bruce Rivers to get what?
Go to CLRBruceRivers.com to get any merch needs you want. It's Christmas is coming up, so head there.
And make sure you sign up for Patreon, and we'll see you next time on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Okay, I'm part of
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away.
23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God.